Hello and welcome to Kala Kabab or Kisse Presents Writers Unplugged Season 2 English Chapter. It is one of its kind a reality show for all the writers. And all these writers are going through a very tough competition where they are grilled and tested with their creativities of writing. So their writing skills are tested here with the help of all the mentors and the jury and all you guys who are watching us through YouTube Live and Facebook Live. So hello and welcome to everyone on Kala Kabab or Kisse presents Writers Unplugged Season 2 English Chapter. I'm your host Charles, and I do like to host some shows. You have known me by the name of Charlie and also seen me on Sanyaka Radio, and now you are also seeing me on Kala Kabab or Kisse. So ये तो था मेरा introduction, but now let's go and meet all our judges, all our three jury members. So may I request our jury members on the screen, please? All our lovely juries are here. सबसे पहले, let's start with my favorite jury, which is Meenal. Meenal, hello, how are you?
Hello, I am good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I said favorite because Meenal is the only one who actually grills all the participants. She leaves no stones unturned for any participant to test them because हमारे जो बाकी दो जजेस हैं वो तो फिर भी उनको full marks दे देते हैं sometimes. But Meenal, you are a one strict person. Are you a strict person or you are not a strict person?
I am a little bit critique kind of a person. I don't give good to everyone. So yeah, my favorite subject was criticism. So you can call me a little bit strict, but yeah, I appreciate also.
Also, Meenal, would you please tell all the listeners and viewers about your background? Oh, the entire
Uh,
background.
so yeah. Hello everyone. I am Meenal Fadnavis from Bhopal. I have studied English honors. I have done my BA and MA in English literature. English honors from BSS College and MA from St. Mira's College, Pune. And currently, I'm working as a full-time content writer. Also, I'm doing my further studies in B.Ed also. I have, sorry for the noise. I have a 2 year experience in content writing.
Wow, that's lovely, Meenal. And I think with all these experience comes all the criticism. So we'll see you again in the competition because you are going to be with us throughout the journey. Let's go to Bhavesh and let's find out what's Bhavesh is going to tell us. But before that, Bhavesh, you are the most enjoyable judge. If I give you an adjective, I would say enjoyable person because you always enjoy the performances. You always go in the flow of competition.
Yes, Charlie, because I like the way of the creativity and the artist, the performance. They are performing as they go with the flows. I mean, let's go with the flow and the performance which the artist doing it. They also doing some added some creativity in their performance.
Yes, that's true.
So
Bhavish, would you also like to tell our viewers about your background in literature?
okay, sure. Hello everyone. My name is Bhavesh Parmar. Basically, I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, but I'm not from the Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I'm from India. Here I love my country, and I started writing in 2009, but due to some personal reasons, I left writing. So if I could talk about my experiences, like more than 10 years. And I done my BCom graduation from Gujarat University with English in English medium. Then after tried my hotel management as I'm chef. So I done my hotel management 4 year course in English as well as, so I'm a chef also. So and then after I'm working in a medical pharmaceutical industry. It's based on USA, so US based pharmaceutical company. That's it. I'm the vice president of WGMI as well as Writers Global Movement of India, which is uh, kind of a community, writing community. We collect the writers and we motivate them how to write and resize their content. That you have to improve in this way or that way. So That's my background.
So I think that's our perfect judge number two, Bhavesh. Thank you for joining us. Now we are moving towards our third judge, the debutant judge on the screen, Nishant. Hello, Nishant. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nishant, please tell us a little about the background of your education, please.
Okay, so I did what no one should do, engineering. तो वो किया and everyone has a lot of engineering jokes, but so let's keep them that way. But I was writing. I started writing from sixth standard, and it was something that just came to me like all of us. Then in 2017, GIFLIF happened. That is Great Indian Film and Literature Festival. Uh, I was quite fortunate enough to win that the poetry competition in that festival. उसके 15 दिन बाद luckily there was this some state level engineering student competition in RGPV and I won that as well. So maybe my stars were aligned right because I didn't deserve to win that because they were very very good poets. But उसके बाद से I have been taking workshops. So I take poetry workshop. I do not have a formal education in English literature. Uh, I was not fortunate enough to have that, but मैं लिखता हूँ और उसके बाद जो कुछ सीखता हूँ सिखाने की कोशिश करता हूँ सो दैट इज अबाउट मी लाइक आई डोंट थिंक आई हैव अ चीजी और ऐसा कुछ बैकग्राउंड टू टेल यू आई राइट पीपल आर लाइकिंग दे आर लविंग माई राइटिंग आई एम लर्निंग एंड भोपाल बीइंग द बेस्ट प्लेस फॉर एनी राइटर सो आई एम गेटिंग टू लर्न अ लॉट एंड आई होप टू सी आज मेरा पहला दिन है तो आई एम ऑलरेडी एक्साइटेड अबाउट यू नो व्हाट्स गोना अनफोल्ड व्हाट whom I'm gonna listen ऐसा.
Definitely, and I think Nishant, I we all need you the most today because today's competition is going to be on freestyle poetry, and you being the master of poems and poetry, I think you are the one we are going to look after, not look after, look to in today's competition. So thank you, Nishant, for joining us today, and
Thank you,
you
thank
will be there with us in throughout the journey, right?
you. Yeah.
Right. So, all three judges, thank you so much for being on the screen. And now, may I request our mentors, Akshat and Komal, whosoever is available. I think Komal is available and Akshat could not join us today, I think. All right. Komal
Yeah.
is here with
Hi,
us. Hello,
Charlie.
Komal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Komal. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so Komal, today's competition is going to be a freestyle poetry. It's an intra-tribe competition where your mentees are going against each other. How is the feeling exactly, and who do you think is going to be outbeating everyone else?
As tribe is the so they are really hustling to prove their mettle in this round because few of them, I guess, among them, only one of them was the person who writes poetry. So two of them really had to hustle hard for this. So we are really hoping for the best. Let's see who does the best among them.
So if Team Hustlers have one such perfect mentor like you and Akshat, so I don't think so. Hustlers need any more good luck. They have the best mentors. So let's go for the competition and let's find out what Adarsh and Divyanshi are going through. So thank you, Komal, for being with us on the screen. May I
Yes.
request
Thank you so
Adarsh and
much.
Divyanshi on the screen, please, and all our judges also. आज का स्क्रीन अच्छा लग रहा है ना भरा भरा सा we all are there on the screen. It's really nice. All right, Adarsh is here with us. Divyanshi, can you hear us?
Yeah, is I'm audible?
Yes, a little network issue, I think, Divyanshi.
Let me try 1 minute.
All right. Okay, so we have Adarsh and Divyanshi from Team Hustlers. We just spoke to the mentor Komal from the Team Hustlers, and now we have the first two members of the Team Hustlers. So let's go with Adarsh's poetry. Adarsh, are you ready?
Yes, I'm absolutely ready.
Adarsh is absolutely ready. He's pumped up. You're going against Divyanshi. Is there any nervousness?
Exactly. To be honest, I'm very nervous because I am not having a good poetic hand. Writing a poetry was the first time for me, and just because I am competing against a girl, I cannot be as dramatic as a girl in expressing my views. So yes, there is a bit nervousness, but let's see what happens. I will try to give my
What are you
best.
saying? I mean, men can be very dramatic. I mean, we'll ask Meenal how dramatic men can be, but we'll ask that later. But first, let's go with your poetry. I really want to know what you have written. So let's go with the hustle, Adarsh.
Yes. Basically, this poetry is titled as The Untold Story, and this is an untold story of a boy who has too much pain but can't express it. Though he is deliberately trying to be free from the cage of emotions, but doesn't knows how to express it. Okay, let's start. Bound inside the four walls lies my story untold. Under the broad daylight, hidden in the darkness of my heart. Caught inside the prison of numbness and solitude. Suppressed are my stories of pain and extrude. I want to cry aloud, but can't, because boys don't cry. I want to be trusted, but ain't, because all boys are the same. In the world with freedom of speech, I have to think a zillion times before I speak. In the world of uniqueness and creativity, I have been questioned and compared. If I am frank, then I am flirty, and if I care, I am overprotective. Even if being innocent, world would never stop accusing. Yet all that can be done is silent suffering. The untold story remains inked between the pages for years, every day rising up with a smile, hiding behind all the tears. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful thing, Adarsh. You have done it so well. What do you think, Meenal? Was this guy a little dramatic or less dramatic?
Ye- If you say that it was your first time, I don't think so because you've done it very well. I wish the poem would have been a little longer.
Yes,
It was good. It was good, and you have expressed it very well. Like in today's time, boys have often been misunderstood. Like the good ones are also often misunderstood to be the bad ones. And yeah, the phrase that men don't
exactly.
cry, that is very appropriate. And I'm glad that you
Yes.
penned it down. Good.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
All right. So we'll ask about your reviews from Nishant and Bhavesh after Divyanshi's performance. So Divyanshi, are you ready? All right, judges, can you hear Divyanshi? Are we good to go?
Was I'm not able to
I
hear अभी तक तो अगर उन्होंने
Yes,
कुछ
I
बोला है तो
think there is a network issue. Divyanshi, can you?
Yeah. I start?
Yep.
Yes, Divyanshi, can you speak a little more so that we can check that you are audible and then we can start?
Is I'm audible?
Yes, Divyanshi, can you tell a little about your poem, please? What you have written?
Is it
Okay, there is a little network issue because I cannot hear anything. If judges can hear, we can start, but no? Okay. All right, we are trying to get hold of the situation. All right, Divyanshi, we are still trying to connect with you, but
can I start?
unfortunately, yeah, you can start, no problem.
Happening.
All right, Divyanshi, maybe if you can start with your
Can
poem,
I
I
start?
think yes, yes, Divyanshi, you can start.
Like in today's generation, everybody is busy in something to achieve it. Something which human have been like, we have to do this, we have to do achieve this. But at least at the end of our life, everyone has to go empty hand. So what I have written And we are not supposed to create a society like this, which we are going through. So I have tried my bit.
All right. So, Divyanshi, maybe if you can try to shut your video down and keep your own, audio open, maybe that would help. A little network issue, but no problem. I think that's a part and parcel of of doing things digitally online. Divyanshi, can you hear us? All right, so maybe Divyanshi is not being able to connect with us. We will have Divyanshi again later. Let's go for the next battle. Please put the marks for Adarsh, and we are going for the next battle, which is against Adarsh and Divya. So, can I have Adarsh and Divya on the screen, please? So, Adarsh, first battle was against Divyanshi. You were going against Divyanshi, but due to some reasons, due to some technical issues, Divyanshi couldn't perform. But we have Divya, so you are going for the next battle, the round number two. So you are battling against Divya. So first, may I request Divya if you can go first because others have already shared the first poem.
Yeah.
So Divya, we can go with you first. All right.
So today I'm going to recite a poetry where a person is in search of a candle that can ignite up his life. So I'll start my poetry. The
Yes.
candle. I tried to hide it, tried to cover it up, like a bird wandering around late at night in search of a shelter to feed her little one, to protect her little one. No, I am strong, just like a normal person sitting on a chair to read a newspaper. I'm not alone. I'm not weak. I tried to convince myself with all the positive poetries, with all the midnight sleeping stories. I have taken the wrong paths, have shed the drops of blood like the oil colors trying to bring out the best of the portrait. The walls inside me block me out, control me, convincing me to confess, my mind being stressed, my eyes pouring out water in the form of tears, and my heart holding up the stitches. Yes, there is darkness inside, a dark black hole holding me inside, catching my trachea to remove my existence. And I, speedily, hurriedly, in search of that one yellow beam, one burning candle to remove me out of my misery, to put my aching heart at rest, to set my mind to just be there at peace. Thank you.
Beautifully done, Divya. I mean, how nicely you personified a candle. I think you have taken the round number three and round number four cumulative, and you have given us something new. But we'll go for reviews of judges for you. But first, I would request Adarsh if he can give the best poetry for your poetry, and then we'll go to judges and find out who was the better one. So, Adarsh, are you ready?
Yes, I'm absolutely ready as before.
Again,
Okay.
pumped up
Walking
reply.
along
All
the
right.
trail of time, we have moved on a lot ahead. Sometimes we wonder where are we going, where are we, and what we are. Let us think more listening to my poem, okay? Where are we now? In a world we don't even know. From the cherishing happiness to the pessimistic thoughts, all the commendable memories faded away. People dancing in gatherings are now vibing on jukeboxes. Who used to apologize now left exasperating. Crying for manifestation for showing changed to solitary sorrowing. Made some friends and now disoriented the bonds. Fell for many and counted on some. Formulating the lies, contradicting the facts. In a state of mind we don't know. Trying to find the previous self anyhow. Where are we now? In a world we don't even know.
Again, a sweet short poem from Adarsh. What do you think, Nishant? How did our hustlers perform?
काफी अच्छा था. They were pretty good. एंड आई एम रियली लविंग. काफी सारा मेहनत दिख रहा है एक तो पोएम में. लाइक आदर्श की जो कविता थी, जो पोएम थी, इट सीम्ड लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क ही हैज पुट इनटू इट, एंड ही हैज आल्सो मैनेज टू फीलिंग्स भी उसमें बनी रही हैं. समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस दैट वी वर्क टू मच ऑन अ पोएम एंड फीलिंग वाला पार्ट पूरा चला जाता है. एंड दिव्या वाज फेबुलस. आई लाइक्ड इट. बस एक चीज, इफ यू आर राइटिंग अ पोम, तो जिस तरह से आप बात करते हो, हम सबका बात करने का अलग तरीका होता है. वी ऑल हैव वेरी डिफरेंट वे ऑफ टॉकिंग. सो दिव्या, स्पेशली यू गो बाय द फ्लो ऑफ विच इज योर नेचुरल फ्लो. तो उतने लंबे अगर आप सेंटेंसेस रखोगे तो इट वुड बी क्वाइट नेचुरल. इट वुड कम नेचुरली टू यू, द रेसिटेशन पार्ट ऑफ इट, और एल्स इट बिकम्स लेबर्ड एट द एंड ऑफ इट. हमारी सांसें रुकने लगती हैं. सो वो इम्पैक्ट थोड़ा कम हो जाता है. बट ऑन द क्राफ्ट पार्ट इट वॉज रियली गुड. इट वॉज वेरी गुड.
So some good comments from Nishant to both of you. Let's go to Bhavesh, and Bhavesh से जानते हैं कि आप दोनों में से कौन ज्यादा अच्छा था. तो भावेश, आपको क्या लगता है कि दोनों में से कौन ज्यादा बेहतर कर पाया? Bhavesh, we cannot hear you.
Is okay. Am I
Yes.
audible to you? Actually, my
Yes,
mic
yes.
was muted. So, आदर्श और दोनों ही अच्छे थे, no doubt.
Divya.
मगर जब दिव्यांशी, okay, what दिव्या, sorry, I'm
Divya.
not. Yeah, sorry, Charlie. So, दोनों ही राइटर्स अच्छे थे, मगर जैसे निशांत ने कहा कि हम अगर राइटिंग का जो पार्ट है वो थोड़ा लंबा रखेंगे तो हमारी सांस खुद फूलने लगे, मतलब कि वो होने हो, हमें सांस लेने में दिक्कत होती है. तो जितना ही शॉर्ट हो ना पोएट्री का, वो तो अच्छा रहता है. वो लहजा एक अलग से आता है. और आदर्श, the poetry which you had written, amazing. I mean, you as also were amazing. So both are amazing and beautiful. Really keep it up, but try to manage something by your hand. मतलब कि राइट पोएट्रीज होती है तो छोटी रखो और इतनी वो भी मत रखो कि ना हो. Okay.
So again, good comments from भावेश also, आप दोनों के लिए. अब हमने पहली बार में तो आदर्श के लिए पूछ लिया था कि आदर्श का कैसा था रिव्यू फॉर द फर्स्ट पोम, बट सेकंड पोम अगेन इट वाज शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट. बट मीनल, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट आदर्श's poem?
Yeah, Adarsh, I've judged you before also, but I think so your strong point is poem. Because I think so you have done a better job at poem than in prose. So I think so you should often write it down because it was like directly from the heart. And also I don't usually write poems, so I really like it when people like manage it to do it in a rhyming scheme. So you did it very well. For Divya, I would like to say that the emotions and the expressions were missing from the poem. So I think so you can work on that and put more of what you think rather than personifying. It is not necessary to usually personify things. Write what you feel about those things. It can be bad, it can be good, it can be neutral, but what you like and you should write that.
So again, आज सारे अच्छे अच्छे comments मिल रहे हैं हमारे hustlers को, and I think that is good way to start today's competition. So thank you Divya, thank you Adarsh. But Adarsh, I would request you to be on the screen, and I would request Komal to come on the screen with us, please. All right, so we are done with our first battle, and I think judges, you have already given the marks for battle number 2. We are going again for the battle number 1, where we are going for Adarsh versus Divyanshi. But because Divyanshi have some connection issues, we have the mentor Komal with us, who is going to recite the poem on behalf of Divyanshi. So we are going again for battle number 1, Adarsh versus Divyanshi, where Komal is representing Divyanshi. All right. Yes, may I have Komal on the screen, please? Mm-hmm. Again, some connection issues, I think. Uh, all right, we'll have Komal with us. Meanwhile, if all right, so we have a little time for Komal to join us. Meanwhile, what do you think is the biggest
Guys, 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. I think there's a huge connection problem. Everyone's connection is actually going off slowly, slowly. So just give us 2 minutes. The weather is really bad, so sorry for this.
can you guys hear me?
Now we can
Yes,
hear you.
sir.
I can't
We
see
can
you
hear
yet,
you,
but
sir.
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, now you're back as well.
I'm trying to connect and I think सबको network issue है I think मेरे साथ network issue हो गया है. So I am still trying to figure out if I'm audible to everyone. In case you can hear me, please tell me that I'm audible or not. Thanks a lot.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. We we just started trying to connect back. There's some major connection issues. Like, just give us 2 minutes. I'll add you all three back.
Hello and welcome to Kala Kebab or Kise Presents Writers Unplugged Season 2 English chapter. We are going through a little network issue, but we're trying to fix that. I'm just your host, and with me I have three judges, Meenal, Bhavesh, and Nishant with me, and today hustlers are trying to go against each other on an intra-tribe round, which is a freestyle poetry round. We have heard Adarsh, we have heard Divya. We are still trying to connect with Divyanshi so that we can go with the first battle, which was left incomplete. So I am still trying to find out if everything is fine and everyone is audible. May I have Nishant on the screen, please? All right, so my network is a little bad today, but I'm trying to fix it. But I need somebody on the screen who tell me if I'm audible or not. So may I request Nishant can be on the screen so that I can check if I'm audible. Hello, Nishant.
Hello, hi. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Nishant.
Hi,
If
Charlie. Can
if
you hear me? I think there is some sort of delay.
if you can hear me, please give me back that I'm audible and judges can hear me. Please, they can reply.
I'm I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can't really make anything out of it. काफी आवाज क्रैक हो रहा है आपका. So could you say it once again? Uh,
All right, we are trying again to connect. I have a very, very bad network connection here right now, and I'm still trying to connect with the judges and trying to find out if my voice is going through and if I'm audible.
You're perfectly audible.
All right, I can see Nishant, I can see Meenal now, I can Bhavesh. All right, so can you guys hear me? If give me a thumbs up so that I can start. All right, perfect. Finally, I'm back, so I can restart. Welcome to Kala Kabab Aur Kisse Presents Writers Unplugged Season 2. I'm Charles, and we are restarting after a little bumpy ride of network connection. All right, let's quickly go to our competition where we were going for Adarsh versus Divyanshi, where Komal was filling in the shoes. So may I have Adarsh and Komal, please? All right, I can see two screens. I think this is the biggest challenge when we go on a digital platform to do something live online. There's always a challenge of network issues. And I was pretty confident. I had my data, I had my Wi-Fi connection with me. I had a separate phone with me to uh, connect the internet just in case. And all three of the sources failed. So I think this is something which is very common. So yes, I can see Adarsh on the screen. Adarsh, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
All right, Adarsh, Adarsh, your mic is mute. Please unmute yourself.
Am I audible now? Hello?
No, I still cannot hear you.
But I can hear you.
Hi. So क्योंकि थोड़ा connection में दिक्कत आ रहा है, so let's just jump to the battle part so that we can save ourselves some time. So I guess आदर्श की कविता हो चुकी है. He has read his poem. So we could go to the next participant, that is Divyanshi. So Divyanshi, you could start with your poem. Till then, Charlie will figure out what's
All
wrong with
right,
his connection.
I
It's
cannot
very bad weather in Bhopal.
hear Adarsh, but if judges can hear, please give me a thumbs up and we can start with Adarsh's poetry. Yes, so judges can hear you, Adarsh. I cannot, but then judges can. So let's start with Adarsh, your poetry, and then we'll go to Komal for Divyanshi's poetry. All right, so Adarsh, you have to recite your first poem again that you prepared. All right.
I should say it again.
Yes, so you can go for your first poem.
Okay, okay. I am directly starting with the poetry. You all are acquainted with the introduction. So, bound inside the four walls lies my story untold. Under the broad daylight, hidden in the darkness of my heart. Caught inside the prison of numbness and solitude, suppressed are my stories of pain and extrude. I want to cry aloud but can't because boys don't cry. I want to be trusted but ain't because all boys are the same. In the world of freedom of speech, I have to think a zillion times before I speak. In the world of uniqueness and creativity, I have been questioned and compared. If I am frank, then I am flirty. And if I care, I am being overprotective. Even if being innocent, world would never stop accusing me. Yet all can be done is silent suffering. The untold story remains inked between the pages for years, every day rising up with a smile, hiding behind all the tears. Thank you.
Okay, I guess Charlie's connection is still not right. So I'll just ask Divyanshi to continue and recite her poem.
Is I'm audible now?
Yes, you're perfectly audible.
Yes.
Please proceed with your poem.
Today, I'm here in this poetic fight, and I promise viewers won't avert their sight because I'm gonna put all my mights. Soon you will realize that I was right. Hello, everyone. This is Divyanshi from the Team Hustlers HL01, and now I'm about to perform. You may be wondering why I am talking in this poetic form. So, if you are thinking so, then let me allow to inform that talking in poetic manner is my usual norm. So I'm starting. The title of my poem is O Reader. O reader, why are you running? For this world of palaces, not homes. For this world of crown, not peace. For this world of thrones, not rest. O reader, why are you running? For this world full of enemies of mankind. For this world full of money grabbing moors. Even if you get this world, what's the use? O reader, why are you running? For this world full of wooden bodies, or the world full of thirsty souls, for a world of dead emotions. What if you get even it has it? O reader, why are you running? Here's a man's status is a plaything. A woman body is a sex toy. Here death comes cheaper than life. Is this running even worth your efforts? O reader, why are you running? Here the youth roam without a job. The dead, the old begs on road. Here the things are preserved, not deserved. Will you like to rule a world like this? O reader, why are you running? When love has turned into a trade, this desiring bodies has decorated in market. These friendships has turned into business. Is this a world you want to get? Oh, reader, why are you running? It's better to burn your dream, consign them flames, and remove them from your face, for that's more desirable than a world like this. Or arise, awake yourself. This world is yours, and it always was. Running for what is useless. If you want to run for a change. Run to make it desirable for your kids. Thank you.
Wonderfully done, Divyanshi, and thankfully you were here to narrate your own poem, and I think you have done it wonderfully well. So kudos to you. I was waiting for Komal that she's going to fill in for you, but you did it so well. I myself had a network issue and I was gone from the screen, but I'm back. So what do you think, Nishant? Who did better, Adarsh or Divyanshi?
Um, I think Divyanshi's performance was a bit better, but there is one thing. आप किस चीज के basis पर किस चीज को better बोल रहे हो? So I think her recitation was really good. He has also written pretty well. One thing, Divyanshi, one thing that I want to tell you. जब भी हम कोई ऐसी पोएम लिखते हैं विच इज क्वाइट डार्क एंड वी वांट पीपल टू गेट इम्पैक्टेड, तो एक ही लाइन को फिर हम बहुत ज्यादा बार रिपीट नहीं करते. रेपिटेशन इज अ पोएटिक डिवाइस एंड इट इज क्वाइट पावरफुल. बट जैसे अगर आपने शुरू के 2-3 स्टेंजा में यू हैव रिटन एंड सेड ओ रीडर व्हाई आर यू रनिंग, तो वो तो सुनने वाले के दिमाग में अब बचता ही रहेगा. सो यू कुड हैव डिलीटेड दोज लाइंस, एडिटेड दोज लाइंस एंड मेड अ फ्लो जो लास्ट में जाके इम्पेक्ट करे. एंड इफ यू एवर वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, जैसे म्यूजिक में बीट शुरू होती है, सो वंस a person gets the groove गाना किस बारे में है, and then it goes on, it doesn't play that same thing over and over again. So poetry is also like music. तो जितना म्यूजिकल बनाओगे उतना और अच्छा होगा. आदर्श का मैं पहले भी सुन चुका हूँ. I just want to make this one comment. So Adarsh, your poem was good. You have done hard work, and I also understand from where that poem was coming. बट इन सच टाइम्स जहाँ लड़कियों को, औरतों को उनके लड़की और औरत होने के कारण काफ़ी परेशानी झेलनी पड़ती है, आई एम ऑफ द ओपिनियन दैट अ पोएम और पोइट्री और एनी फॉर्म ऑफ आर्ट शुड नॉट बी यूज टू paint as if the boys are being hurt in a way that they are not able to cope up with, or in a way where they are really suffering because if they are frank, so they are flirty. So as you will grow, as you will read, as you will understand, I hope that thing gets out of the way. On the craft visit, it was really good. So yeah.
All right, so some really good advices from our jury, from our judge Nishant. Let's go to Meenal and find out if there was any glitch in your performance. Meenal, what do you think?
No, I don't think so. मुझे भी आपका परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छा लगा. You have questioned very few things in our lives, which was really good. We all often run for materialistic things in our life, and this poem actually was an eye opener for many of us. Like we are running for so many things, but what are we actually running for? और मुझे पोएम की इतनी नॉलेज नहीं है, लेकिन जैसे कि आपने बोला कि बार बार वो चीज यूज नहीं होनी चाहिए पोएम में, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि वही चीज हम लोगों को रिमाइंड कराती है कि ओके ये पोएम है, ये इसके बारे में है, तो मुझे वो चीज अच्छी लगती है पोएम में। सो आई डोंट थिंक सो कि मुझे वो चीज खराब लगी, सो आई वुड डिफर फ्रॉम दिस पार्ट एंड इट वाज अ गुड पोएम आई थिंक।
Wonderfully done, both of you, Adarsh and Divyanshi. Let's go to Bhavesh and find out what Bhavesh wants to say about your performance. Bhavesh, over to you.
Divyanshi, your narration was focused and you focused on a particular subject, which is really good. I mean, the point which we are writing or we are indicating or we are narrating, we must need to focus on our subject, on what topic we are writing.
All right, is it me or we or can? Okay, so there was a valid network issue, right? Because right now I'm also facing network issues, so even I'm confused a lot many times that is it me or is it somebody else? All right, so Bhavesh had a little network issue, and all right, so may I request if Divya and Divyanshi can be on the screen, please? Yes, I have Divya on the screen. May I also have Divyanshi on the screen, please? All right, Divya, so your second performance is all set because you're going against Divyanshi, and Divyanshi have done wonderfully well on the first battle that she have gone against Adarsh. Is there any nervousness that you have to go against Divyanshi?
Yes, I guess, but we'll do it.
All right, that's a good confidence from you, Divya. Meanwhile, I am still trying to get Divyanshi on the screen if she can come. All right, we have Bhavesh again on the screen. Bhavesh, there was a network issue, and that's why we couldn't hear what you wanted to say about our last participants. If you want to continue, we are waiting for Divyanshi. Meanwhile, you can always give your review about this about the battle that happened between Divyanshi and Adarsh.
Yeah, sure, definitely, Charlie. So, focused is most important in poetry, which every writers need to focus on that one thing. The way and the performance and the content focused is also important, and what reader other people wants to learn. We need to convince a short and simple message in our poetry, so it will be helpful to other and to understand our content, our writing. That could be
Mhm.
the way to poetry can be more beautiful and more understandable for the other things too. I mean, it look like a compatible for the comfortable with us, and it's give us a one kind of a peace. So over to you, Charlie.
All right. So Divya, we do not have and Divya, we do not have Divyanshi with us to recite her last poem. Again, there's network issue on her behalf, but we would love to listen your poem that you have prepared to go against Divyanshi. So let's go for your poem, Divya.
Yeah, I'm going to recite a poetry where an unborn unborn child is trying to tell her feelings, his or her emotions to his mother. So I'll start the poetry.
Yes,
Unheard,
Devyanshi, that's a beautiful, beautiful theme.
unheard words. Just
Yes.
close your mind and listen to your heart for once. Can you hear me, Mama? Two hearts beat in one soul. I know everyone looks at you with their pitiful eyes, questionable minds, and pointed fingers, letting you down, mocking your identity. But when you will come home and hold me, I'll make you smile with my half spoken words, Ma. There will be nights when you wake up with those horrible nightmares from the past, reminding you of the painful times. But I'll be there with a spoon and an ice cream, planning our next summer trip. You will face an unending questions. Who is her dad? I'll be holding your hand, rescuing you, and shouting out loud, yes, I'm her daughter. Even when you go out on a date night, I'll be home deciding your curfew, Mama. I know it will be just you and me, but you know what? It will be the most beautiful pair you will see. Listen to me, Mama. Just take a step forward. There is a whole new world for you and me, as vast as the ocean could be, or right in the middle of it if you want us to be. Do you feel me, Ma? Thank you.
Lovely poem, Divya. It was so touching. I really loved it. What do you think, Meenal? Do you like it?
Again, I would like to say that you were trying it very hard because you have heard about that quote. Poetry is the powerful overflow of emotions. So it should be like, it should come from naturally, it should come. You shouldn't be like, okay, I have to write down poetry and then you will write down the poetry. So I thought the poem was a bit complex, but it was because I did not understood the context and it started from somewhere and it ended somewhere. So I'm a little disappointed from you.
Some harsh, harsh review for you, Divya. So, Divyanshi is again back with us on the screen. Luckily, Divyanshi is here. So, Divyanshi, let's go for your poem quickly, and then we'll get the reviews for both of you combined from Nishant and Bhavesh. So, Divyanshi, are you ready?
Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, go for it. Yes, go for it. Go for it.
You promised to love me till the very end. You
We have network issue again. Is that right? Can judges hear what Divyanshi is saying? No. All right. So, Divyanshi
No, no.
again left the screen, and let's go for our round number, team number two, tribe number two, which is Skyhawks. So, thank you, Divya, for joining us on the screen. Thank you for your performance. Let's go and meet Skyhawks mentors. So, may I request to have Skyhawks mentors on the screen, please?
Hi.
Hello, I can see beautiful faces of Swastika and Pinky. Hello, how are you, both of you?
Yeah, good.
We are awesome.
How are
So,
you?
how was the? I'm good. I'm good. How was the week for you in this challenge, freestyle poetry challenge?
Well, for
Um,
us, like it was tough choosing the poetries. Like they are so nice, such nice writers, and they gave us such nice options to choose. So we guys were confused for one night that what we should choose and what we should omit from their poetry. But then we decided, and these people had really practiced very hard to come up today and perform their best. So I'm just hoping they do their best today.
All right, Pinky, we have seen. we have seen hustlers hustling a lot today, not just because of network, but also on the content part. They have got some criticism from our judges today. So, what do you think? Will Skyhawks also receive a lot of criticism, or we are hoping to get lots and lots of appreciation like the last round?
I guess we'll get a lot of appreciation this time too, because they didn't let us down at any moment this the whole week. So I hope judges like our people too, like we did.
Definitely, and I think after last week's performance, last week's power pack performance, Swastika, today a lot of pressure would be there on your mentees. Do you think that is right, or do you differ?
No, yeah, I was obviously there was a lot of pressure on us as to like we had to prepare them for their expressions, plus the poetries were there, or so we didn't had any idea in the beginning as to what they will be expressing in front of us. But then I think we guys managed well, like we took their sessions and we told them everything, like how to perform and all. So that was a bit tough, but then it became easy when we heard it for the last time when they told that in their final practice they're very comfortable performing, so it was nice for both of us.
All right. And Pinky, was there any natural poet in your team, or you had to work really hard to bring the natural poet out of them?
In our team, three of us, three of them are natural poets. We didn't have to, work on to get a poet in from them. So they managed it well. They were prepared since the beginning, so we didn't have any trouble choosing the best from them since the start. So they perform the you. I mean, I'd
All right,
suggest
all
you
right.
guys to see.
Okay, I am awaiting for the performances. So thank you so much, mentors, to join us on the screen. May I have the first competition for today, Sonalin versus Ahana. So may I have Sonalin, Ahana, and our judges on the screen, please?
Hi, Charles.
So
Hi,
we are
everyone.
waiting for all the
Hi
participants to
everyone.
join us on the screen. Meanwhile, we are facing a little network issue. I can only see Nishant and Meenal on my screen. We are waiting for Sonalin and Ahana also to join us on the screen. All right, Sonalin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but don't know if it is from my side or your side. You're just a bit audible low to me. I don't know, maybe from my side.
No, no,
No, no.
I can take up the blame today because I am going through a lot of network issues today. So all the network issue blame is to be on me. I can take it. So Sonalin and Ahana, are you ready to go against each other? Are you ready? Is there any nervousness that you're going through?
A little.
All right, so who
So,
would like to
Charles,
go
can I?
first?
I'm okay with anything.
Okay, so Sonalin, let's go with you first. So judges, it is team Skyhawks, and Sonalin and Ahana are going to face each other on battle number one, and go for it, Sonalin. It's all yours.
Okay. So my first one is not with like rhyming words. Basically, what I believe in, I have written. I basically believe that life is a celebration and it should be lived rather than to be survived. So that is what I have written in. So starting off, am I audible clearly?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
perfectly.
yes, yes, Sonali.
Thank you. Okay, so my topic is live life to the fullest. Life is incomplete without passion of living. There is a huge difference between surviving and living. In our day to day life, people urge on surviving and not living it. They are into a monotonous routine of life where they have already sidelined their excitement, happiness, and celebrations. not even having an eye on what's going on. They are driven towards a never ending dark tunnel of fights, frustration, arguments, ultimately leading to depression. May it be marriage, career, family. Everything has just become a mere responsibility than an urge to enliven in it. When was the last time we did something for our passion? When was the last time we had a family outing with all fun? When was the last time we called upon a friend without reason? Ask all these to yourself, and you get the answer to this question of survival and living. Let's live this most precious life we have got. Let's make it a celebration and not a monotony. For once, let's live and not survive.
Sonalin, I'm becoming fan of your narration and now of your recitation. You are so good, whether it was last week's Hansel and Gretel and this week's this poem. So I'm already a fan. Let's go to Nishant and find out what was missing or what was the greatest part in your poetry. So Nishant, over to you.
I would be really happy to tell what I thought of it, but I was thinking पहले दोनों को सुन लेते हैं, let's and then we'll give the common comments. That would be better if you think so.
Okay. So the judges reviews to themselves and go for Ahana. It's a good release for you also. So there's no performance pressure right now. There are no reviews as of now.
Hello, everyone. My poem is called The New Normal. It's about the new life that we are adjusting to in the pandemic, in this lockdown. So I'll start. The new
Yes.
normal. These days, we wake up with nowhere to be, dazed and disoriented, stumbling from dreams to reality. Don't know how long we keep staring at our ceilings, our heads filled with thoughts of despair, the sense of time losing its meaning. The gnawing fear of losing the ones we love slowly creeps into our every waking moment, playing worst case scenarios over and over, our minds becoming an invincible opponent. Staying cooped up with a broken family is a new challenge. Even though words cut deeper wounds, they don't leave visible scars to measure the damage. Some of us wish we didn't have to wake up once the relief of sleep came to the rescue. But even in that, we're plagued with nightmares, our demons making our worst horrors come true. We never finish our plates, our appetites lost, worrying about our families, knowing not all of them will make it out alive, free of cost. Try as we might, it's impossible to concentrate on even something we love for too long, along with losing touch with the people to whom we belong. We don't remember the last time we laughed heartily at a joke cracked by our friends. Smiling seems like a crime when we see the suffering all around that never seems to end. Aimlessly wandering in our heads, trying to salvage what's left of our sanity, holding on to memories, keeping us tethered from falling into complete insanity. Every day we remember a little less of what it was like before all this, the hope of a normal life slipping from our fingers, ceasing to exist. Thank you.
You kept me mesmerized, Ahana. It was so good. It was so good.
Thank
At
you.
least I can say, all I can say is that it was so good. What do you think, Bhavesh, about both the performances of Ahana and Sonalin? You have to unmute yourself, Bhavesh.
Sorry, I forgot about that one thing. So for both performance, I have something special to you. For the first time, this words can not judge the perfect, but some action will be implant the poetry and the narrator also. So for both of you are amazing and beautiful. and sometimes the actually I'm so आप दोनों का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छा था. मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ, आई नो. एंड या दोनों ने मुझे कहीं ना कहीं बांध के रखा था. दोनों की कहानियां, you just mesmerized me and you keep me hold to listening you completely. I mean, totally without blinking my eyes. I'm completely in the flow with the poetries, both of the performance. So I'll say it enough. And yeah, both of given me such a literally I'm hard time to judge whom to select.
Thank you.
Definitely, Bhavesh, and your feeling is completely coming through because I think जब असली भावनाएं बाहर आनी पड़ती है ना तो असली लैंग्वेज आ ही जाती है बाहर. So I think you must have loved the performance so much that you have ended up speaking in Hindi because that is the first language we use to express ourselves completely. So that's a compliment for Sonali, you and Ahana, because he felt it. So I think kudos to you, both of you. So let's go to Meenal and let's find out what she thinks about your poetry.
Okay, so I'll start with Ahana. Ahana, I would really like to applaud you for your effort, for your
Thank you.
theme, your content, and the way you spoke it. It was really, really amazing. And
Thank you.
currently, we are all facing this same thought, like what is the new normal? We are all facing the issues of pandemic and we are all in the same, sailing in the same boat, I feel so. So I think you have done a pretty well. I wish I could listen to you a more, but it was really good. It touched my heart and it was
Thank you
great.
so much.
And for Sonalini,
Some
Sonalini,
good.
I know, yeah, Sonalini, I feel that you have written what you felt, but since the round is of poems, so I thought you were reading it out as a prose. So that is what I felt. Your theme was good, but I felt it could have been much better.
So Sonalin, you got some criticism, and Ahana, you got some good comments, but that does not define what kind of marks you're going to get because we have Nishant with us who can turn the tables. So Nishant, what do you think about the performance here?
Uh, I think so. First of all, the performances were lovely. Both of you are gifted with sweet voice, so that naturally makes the poetry sound well and good. So you recited pretty well. So now, in one thing to you. So one thing that I found odd. So it's not a criticism. I just thought it's a bit odd. क्योंकि आपकी कविता का जो शीर्षक था, the title of your poem was "Live Life to the Fullest." But in order to tell people to live life to the fullest, you gave the words, जो पूरा आप उसका words पढ़ेंगे, they were more about depression and what people are actually doing right now. So instead of painting a realistic picture, because you chose the topic of living life at the best, you could have told how it should have been lived, rather than three lines at the end. It could have been more pompous, more happy, but you chose to write what you wrote, so there is no criticism about that. I loved the poem, I loved the recitation, but you need to see, because that's how the title of the poem and the poem relates to each other. So you need to work on those things, but these are things we all learn. And now coming to Ahana, I think it was pretty good. Your recitation was very well, but the structure of the poem. So there is this one thing that you could improve upon. See, I'll just take a moment, and so that everyone can understand how the structure of the poetry should be envisioned. It is that how you paint a picture. So you have a lot of red and then some yellow, then a hint of green and something. So your lines are your brush strokes. So if you have long lines, then short lines, then a word in between, then some spaces. So it looks engaging. If you have a long poem and it has long lines and there are definite pauses at regular intervals, it becomes like the physics lecture I used to take at college. So you don't have to do that, but your voice took that away. You were enchanting, so it was pretty good. Both of the performances were pretty
Thank
good.
you.
So मैं क्या करूं, मैं इतना सुंदर हूं, मतलब मेरा face is back on screen, and with your poetry, you have completely mesmerized everyone. So thank you so much, Ahana and Sonalin. Ahana, I would request you to stay on the screen, and thank you, Sonalin. We'll see you again in some time. All right, may I request Jyoti to be on the screen, please?
Uh, am I visible
So
and
we are
audible?
done with battle number one of Tribe Skyhawks, where Ahana did wonderfully well and Sonalin kept hustling, I think. Hustlers ka hustling was here in Skyhawks also, where Sonalin was trying her level best. But let's find out what the results would be in the end. Jyoti is here. So, Jyoti, are you ready with your poetry?
Yes,
Was it difficult to write your poetry or was it easy for you?
it's my favorite one in the writing, so it was easy.
Some good competition for Ahana this time. So, Jyoti, whenever you're ready, we are eagerly waiting for your poem.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. And my poem basically is all about something which means a lot more to many people. It's about dance. So, dance is a passion for many, a feeling for many, expression for many, and it's just a hobby for many. So, I entitled it as Rhythm, Pleasing Delight, Surging Pain. Dance on any song is no less than a rhythmic treat. Feel the music and let your expressions breathe. Dripping sweat is the mark of not only your dancing steps, but hard work. Dance is not appealing to others' eyes, but is the real happiness delight. Swaggy pop, classical flair, contemporary flexes all have the determination to make you stir. Beauteous outfits, shining makeup. Dear readers, dance has all in it for you to complete. It's your choice. You want audience to praise it or self-appraisal to raise it. Thank you.
Nice, Jyoti. It was so sweet. It was so nice. It was so pleasing to my ears. I was literally listening to it very sincerely. So I think your voice is something which will give a good competition to Hana. So Ahana, are you ready for your second battle against Jyoti? All right. So we are going for back to back for Ahana. Ahana, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Before I start the poem, I just wanted to say that I've tried to use this poem as a metaphor for how patriarchy oppresses women, has oppressed women since the beginning of time. And just before I start, I wanted to give a content warning because it's pretty physically explicit. I'll start. A monster's fantasy. Do you remember holding my hand, making promises you never intended to keep? Those empty words disappearing into thin air the moment you had me in your grasp. Do you remember our limbs entangled, making a mess of your silk bed sheets? You left 100 bruises, making sure they're etched into my soul. Do you remember tracing your fingertips over the marks you engraved? Your eyes lighting up with adoration at the masterpiece you sculpted with your bare hands. Do you remember me screaming at you till my voice became hoarse? You biting down on my lips to shut me down till you could lick the blood with your tongue dripping from my chin. Do you remember me begging to be set free from the chains you bound me in? No better than a beast? The darkness all around extinguishing day by day the glimmer of hope that kept me alive. Do you remember the sound of my bones cracking, the background music to my cries? How you relished the tune, closing your eyes in contentment, letting it echo against the walls. Do you remember slicing me open, releasing that tiny form of life that lived within, only to choke the life out of it before its first cry, never even having a chance to live? Do you remember drawing patterns with cigarette burns an accessory to the scars? I silently waited for the stinging feeling better than your hungry touch. Do you remember your tender caresses after exhausting yourself? Embracing me in your arms, a gesture to express how much you loved me? I remember every single moment as I mimic your twisted fantasies, making them my own, carving your heart out in gleeful excitement after bathing in your blood with the same knife you used to tear me apart. Thank you.
Wonderful, Ahana. I think that was a very, very strong domestic violence uh, thing that you did. And I think it's apt, it's bang on, it's right there. The information, the message that you wanted to convey is right there on face. So I think that was very, very powerful. What do you think, Meenal?
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree to it. And this round is going to be a tough round for the judges because both of them are equally good and they have been the biggest competition to each other, I feel so. So, starting with Jyoti, I feel that Jyoti, I can understand how the poem is your forte because you have justified it truly. Your recitation was good and you have kept it very short, simple, sweet, and the message was very clear. So, good. Jyoti, I really liked it. And Ahana, I feel it was very intense and I really had goosebumps. So that clearly defines how good your recitation was, and clearly your
Thank you.
poem was equally good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meenal. And I think इतने अच्छे performances थे आप दोनों के Jyoti and Ahana that this time I am damn sure that again Bhavesh is going to be like this, like the way he was on the battle number one. What do you think, Bhavesh? Are you on the same tangent like on battle number one, or you're on a different level altogether?
Well, this time I have some little harsh on that one thing. Both are doing well, but sometimes I feel like that I am not in that kind of the particular era of that one thing, which I not am going to be do that one thing. So without making any kind of a little bit that one thing, I'll make up my thing open to you. Sometimes I feel like that it was not a good type of poetry or other things too, which is literally, I mean, sometimes you make me, I mean, today you make me some little like I'm not good at the end of the poetry. I don't feel little good at the end of the poetry. So I'm done with that one thing.
Thank you.
All right. What about Jyoti? Bhavesh, did you enjoy Jyoti's performance?
Jyoti, your performance is little good. The beauty, I guess it was the title. So yeah, I little enjoyed it, and yeah, your performance, your narration is also good. But that does not mean that I'm not that one thing. So you are also good. Thank. That's it.
All right. So that was some harsh critic. Bhavesh was being there, and Meena loved it. Bhavesh did not. But let's find out what Nishant wants to say about your poetry. Nishant, over to you.
Okay, so first about Jyoti, I loved your confidence. It was really good. Also, the starting of the poem was pretty good. क्योंकि बहुत देर बाद मैंने छोटे छोटे sentences सुने because in this world of forced slam poetry कई बार हम delicate poetry लिखना भूल जाते हैं, but your poem was pretty delicate and I also like the contrast क्योंकि जो दूसरी कविता थी वो एकदम ही अलग थी एंड आई वाज थिंकिंग दैट this was me writing 4 years ago or 3 years ago the same sort of domestic violence poems and I like it raw. I like to tell what it is. So this is my personal inclination, but as a judge or something, I'll just again tell you that when there is too much dark in the poetry, try to get some sort of cover up for it. At least it should be beautifully dark, so that will come from the practice. In your face jo hota hai, I also used to do it, I still do it, and this is something my teachers have told me, so I'm just passing it on, that try to find a way where it is still delicate, is still beautiful, yet dark and impactful, so that would come. Otherwise I liked it. I am liking this round. This is going well.
Thank you.
Perfect, perfect comments and bang on comments from Nishant there. Ahana, I personally loved it, and I love the word that Nishant used, raw word, and I think that perfectly fits for your poetry. It was raw, it was on face, it was lovely. So you have performed
Thank you.
well on back-to-back battles. Thank you, Ahana, for joining us on the screen. Jyoti, I would request you to be on the screen because you are going for your third battle against Sonalen. So may I request Sonalen to be on the screen, please? All right. So we have Sonalen here. Sonalen, did you listen to Ahana's poetry? And how do you think
Actually,
was Jyoti and Ahana's performance?
both are amazing, and actually, whenever like when I was about to get to, so nowadays I'm really scared of Meenal ma'am. I don't know. I'm really scared of her at times. So I was really counting that I am able to impress.
We'll definitely would like to know what Meenal have to reply on that because I think I have made Meenal a hard critic by saying and enforcing that word again and again on her, and I would get a reply on that too. But let's quickly go to Jyoti's performance so that I don't get to hear something from Meenal. So Jyoti, whenever you're ready, we are ready for your poem.
Yeah. So my next poem is about something which is a sort of magic realism. Means it is realistic, but here you have to force your senses to imagine something unreal. So the poem is entitled as Biased. It is about time, where you have to imagine time as your dearest companion or your friend. If time were my friend, my friendship would have made time biased for me. Clockwise time then would lag behind. What would definitely pop would be the flow of psychological time, mopping all ethnicity off. It would stop when I would be embracing my love. Time's running feet will have no catch when my passion for my favorite player would be in the match. Time would hurry when mother would initiate her anger on my mistake. When I would be at the risk of crossing the deadlines, time would drag the boundary lines. When auspicious celebrations would be in plan for me, time would be ready with caps on and party zone in. Time would accompany me in calls with bestie. Travel's breeze would let the time to freely breathe. Disappointing moods and cries of heart would let the time to be vanished. If time would be my friend, bias would be judgment towards me. Spaces for love moments would expand, sorrows in life would be music bands. Is not the same wish in your heart to make time your lovely partner? So as to present the platter of happiness and wishes of your heart on life's table. Thank you.
Well done, Jyoti. And I think poetry comes so naturally to you because you are a true poet in all sense. I loved your performance. Sonalen, there is a performance pressure right there, but we are not putting any pressure on you. Whenever you're ready, you can go with your poetry and then we'll get the review from the judges.
Sure.
All right.
So before going to that, I would say this is the poem about an innocent soul. So somewhere it was related to me years back, who was embarrassed in the cocoon of family's love and affection, and she falls in love, and how her heart gets catch and played.
All right,
So
Sonalen, we
my
are ready for
poetry is,
it.
the topic is Navari Illusions, Regret. My heart, once enticed with disillusioned shadows of revelry, has culminated to deep, untrustworthy realms of despair. The quirky, chirpy soul of mine has been driven to distressed, scattered mermaid out of sea. The poignant depth in his unfathomable eyes promised a myriad of emotions radiating through them and reaching her. The moist loneliness of her innocent eyes held complaints for him, as if asking him why he held the false facade of love for her, came close to her, and made her feel so special when he did not mean any of it. There is a complete disheveled heart, messed of emotions, tear stained eyes, behind the false facade of this jovial, bubbly, giggling soul. A drop of tear dropped on the screen, flashing the last screenshot of their conversation. Her eyes glistened with freshly formed tears of remorse and guilt. She wished life was that simple. to get transparency just by shedding tears. She was an innocent soul trapped in a lethal, heartless world. The regrets of loving someone deeply and hurt in an inexplicable manner made her heart bleed, yet had to keep on moving.
Lovely poem. Again, a great narration recitation from you, Sonalin. I think you're getting pro on that part. So let's quickly go to Bhavesh and let's find out what are the reviews for both of you, Sonalin and Jyoti.
Jyoti, your this poetry made me something like I never thought. That you assume the time which never can be the truth, but you assumed it very well, and you did it a really amazing part of the content. The time which can be changed any second, that you have converted in the visualization. In your visualization, you can do whatever you think it up. But this is really unbelievable and unpredictable thing which you have narrated on this one thing. So keep it up, and yeah, that's really amazing.
Thank you.
All right, so
And
perfect comments for both of you, Sonalin. Yes, Bhavesh.
Sonali, sorry, actually, Sonali, you two are also really good. The way of your creativity, I mean, this is not going to stop anywhere else. You are really good to be. I mean, your poetry is literally out of the world. That's giving you some I don't know, like it's giving me some kind of feelings in my that why I'm not going to write rhyming poetry or why I'm not writing up the poetries, because I to write is why six. If I talk about, I take 6 days time to write one poetry, one single poetry. But I think I need to work on that one thing, which is really hard for me too. But your narration was perfect, and you are really beautiful. Your poetry, I mean, yeah. So keep it up, both of you.
So, Sonalin, for your breaking heart, I think you have got the compliment that your recitation is beautiful. Your poem is so beautiful. You look so beautiful. So, I think you have a beautiful cube right there for you. So, it's a perfect comments for you and Jyoti for you too from Bhavesh. Let's go to Nishant and let's find out what he have to say for both of you.
Okay, so Jyoti, I really like the topic of your poem. Time is something that is at the center of my attention for past 2 years. So anyone that uses time in anything that directly catches my attention. Uh, Having said that, I think कभी कभी हमें एडिट आपको थोड़ा सा एडिटिंग की जरूरत है. You need to keep editing and re-editing your poems because everyone of all of us, we get happy, like we write a poem and we are really happy कि ऐसा ये तो कितनी सुंदर है, ये तो कितनी अच्छी है, and that is a good feeling. We all should cherish it. I also get that, but keep editing your work, so then you will realize that there are certain ways where you could make your poem either longer or shorter. So editing is something you need to work upon, and the choice of topic was brilliant. It was commendable. Now coming to Sonalin, uh, I think it was quite better than your last poem. I really liked it. I liked the emotion. It suited your voice as well. So yeah, pretty much on point there. आपके साथ भी वही है. I'm seeing a pattern over here that you people need to work upon your structure of poetry and editing of poetry, which is something that you will learn. So it's not something that you are lacking. It is something that we all are learning on different levels. So keep reading, keep reading a lot, because अगर आप पढ़ोगे नहीं तो no matter how much you try, how much YouTube videos you see, anything in the world, nothing would help you in that way. But wonderful performance.
All right, Sonalin. So बहुत अच्छे अच्छे आप दोनों को बहुत अच्छा अच्छा रिव्यू मिल चुका है दोनों जजेस से, ज्योति एंड सोनालिन. So you have done so well. Now we are going to the most difficult part. We are going to Meenal, because now she's going to give us some very critical reviews on on both of your poems. So over to you, Meenal.
Villain, yaar. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Meenal.
You really made me a villain. Okay, so let me start with Sonalin. I also feel that you have improved from the last poem because your recitation was good, but I felt that you were less confident this time. Maybe because of me, I feel that. But it was good. There are few points which I would like to mention in your poem. It is not important to use like heavy or difficult words to make your poem a good one or a great one. It should be like raw, बिकॉज आई फेल दैट कहीं कहीं पे आपने बहुत डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स यूज किए जिनको प्रोनाउंस करने में आपको ही डिफिकल्टी हो रही थी. जैसे कहीं पे आपने एक्सप्लेनेबल वर्ड यूज किया लेकिन आपने उसको एक्सप्लिकेबल बोला. तो अगर मैं देखूंगी नहीं और मैं सिर्फ सुनती जाऊंगी तो इट वुड बी कंफ्यूजिंग फॉर मी. सो इट्स बेटर टू यूज सिंपल वर्ड्स बट इट शुड बी इम्पैक्टफुल. दैट इज व्हाट आई फील, बट यू डिड अ वेरी गुड जॉब दिस टाइम. आई होप यू आर नॉट नो मोर अफ्रेड ऑफ मी नाउ.
No.
Okay, so moving to Jyoti. Jyoti, I feel that your voice modulation is your strength. So even if you're lacking somewhere, I feel that your voice and the way you recite the poem, it really fills the gap. So I think it was good, but I felt that the previous one was much better.
Thank you.
So some critical reviews from Meenal right there, and it is not the participants who should be scared of Meenal now. It should be the host who have to be very scared of Meenal, because next time when I'm going to meet her, I'm definitely getting a kick from her. So all right, I'm going to accept that. Thank you so much, Sonalin and Jyoti, for joining us on the screen. Now let me go and have a little chit chat with judges right there on the screen. So we have Nishant and Bhavesh and Meenal on the screen. Who out of you? I mean, we know that Nishant is a poet and poem is something which he loves to write. But what about Bhavesh, you and Meenal? Who is? Do you also like to write poems, or are you both new to this genre? Meenal, you're yeah.
Yeah. I am absolutely new and I'm a really an amateur in writing poetry. Like I've never done it. So मुझे ना जो rhyming words अच्छे लगते हैं, so I feel that it is a good poetry because I've learned from him that he was like critically analyzing it. So I lack at that part, but there are few things which I analyze and give the marks. So I feel that Ahana and Jyoti are two toughest competitors and they have done pretty well at it.
Definitely, and both of them were so good, so natural. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it was a tough competition there. What do you think,
yeah.
Bhavesh? Are you all right, Bhavesh? Are you there? All right, so is a connectivity issue there with Bhavesh. All right, Nishant, we know that you are a natural poet and you have performed so many places. If we get a little chance to hear one or two lines from any of your poems, that would be a great deal for us.
Okay. Okay, so let me just find. I was not prepared for it, so I just check what are the English films, because I write in English, Hindi, and Urdu at the same time. So
I think we can go for
let
any
me just
Urdu
see.
poem if it fits, because that is something we all love, right?
Okay, so I'll just go for a Hindustani poem based like जैसे हम बात करते हैं उस तरह से
All right.
चलिए. Okay. Just a second. I am getting a call. Just hold on for a second. This is my father. I just
All
need to.
right, for sure. So some important call right there. We have Meenal on the screen. So meanwhile, Nishant, come back. Meenal, if you allow me, may I declare Hustlers score, and then we'll have a small break for Nishant's poem, and then we'll go to Skyhawk's results. Is if
Yeah,
that is okay. All
yeah.
right. So in Hustlers competition, a first battle was between Adarsh and Divyanshi. And Adarsh, you have no, I'm not going to tell you how much you have scored. I'm going to tell that between Adarsh and Divyanshi, you have won. And between Divya and Divya, again, Divyanshi, you have won the round. So it is quite clear that you are the winner with 49 points. That is a huge, huge score that you have got out of 50. It is 49 out of 50 for Divyanshi. For Divya and Adarsh, Divya have won the round. So Divya have scored 43 out of 50 and Adarsh have scored 41 out of 50. All three of you were fantastic in this round and kudos to all three of you. You were great, great, great. And I would request that you would take all the good comments, all the bad comments, criticism to you and perform really well next when you are performing. So take all the advices. A small correction I would like to make. It is 49 out of 60 for Divyanshi, 43 out of 60 for Divya, and 41 out of 60 for Adarsh. All right. So it is out of 60, not 50. All right. Thank you so much. And now we are ready for Nishant's poem. Nishant, are we good to go?
Absolutely ready. So this is my most recent poem. It's in Hindustani, Hindi, Urdu mix. I
Okay.
hope nobody gets too bored. Okay. And I really do not have titles for my poems. So it also doesn't have one. It just that way. हम ऐसे दो अधूरे घरोंदों के जैसे हैं जिन्हें चिड़िया पूरा बनाने से पहले ही उड़ गई थी. हम ऐसे दो अधूरे घरोंदों के जैसे हैं जिन्हें चिड़िया पूरा बनाने से पहले ही उड़ गई थी. दोनों आमने सामने की टहनी पर लटके एक दूसरे का अनबनापन ताकते रहते हैं, अपने अपने दाएं और बाएं को सामने वाले के बाएं दाएं की तरह देखते हुए. घोंसलों की टहनियां सूखी क्यों होती हैं, उनकी भूखें किलकारीदार क्यों हैं, और हवा से क्या रिश्ता है उनका. यही सब सवालों की पटरियों से हम एक दूसरे की टहनी तक पुल बनाते हैं. बातों के बने पुल के नीचे कुछ नहीं बहता है, बातों के बने पुल के नीचे कुछ नहीं बहता है, चार पंखों और दो गुनगुने दिलों में समाये आसमां के सिवाय. फिर भी घरौंदे पुल को चढ़ के एक नहीं हो पाते हैं, अपनी अपनी टहनी से लटके हुए ताकते हैं सामने वाले का अधूरापन और कोसते हैं अपना खोया हुआ हिस्सा जो कभी से रहा ही नहीं है. ऐसे वक्त में सिर्फ दिलों में बैठा आसमान हमें छूता है और तब हम दो नहीं एक दिखाई देते हैं. So yeah.
I think it's now beautiful poem. Meenal, what do you think about this poem? And now I'm going to ask Meenal to judge.
No, it is beyond any judgment because I think he truly justifies to be a judge of the poems. It was really, really
Definitely,
good. और
and
मुझे
I
ना
think it
हमेशा
is
से
apt.
या एंड मुझे हमेशा से हिंदी पोम्स ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट करती हैं इंग्लिश से, तो दिस वन वाज बैंग ऑन.
Completely, and you have justified why you are judged. Rightly said by Meenal that you have justified why you are there on that seat of jury. So kudos to you. It's lovely, lovely poem. Thank you so much. And now we are moving towards the final results of Tribe Skyhawks. So thank you, judges, for being on the screen. May I have the screen for myself? All right. So for Team Skyhawks, between Sonalen and Ahana have won the competition fair and square. And then competition between Ahana and Jyoti. Again, Ahana have won. So quite clear, our winner for Skyhawks Poetry Challenge is Ahana Devnath. She have scored 50 out of 60. So congratulations, Ahana. And in a battle between Sonalen and Jyoti have won with 48.5 out of 60. So congratulations, Jyoti, and congratulations, Sonalen. All three of you have got really good comments in this competition, and kudos to all three of you. All you have to do is just listen to judges and their compliments and their comments and apply it next time when you are going to write something. It will only enhance enhance your performance. So thank you so much. Um, Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all the viewers, to all the judges and mentors of both the team for mentoring all these budding writers. I am Charles, your host on Kala Kabab or Kisse Presents Writers Unplugged Season 2. We will meet again tomorrow with next two tribes, and we'll see how they are performing, how they are going to perform on the poetry competition. Thank you for joining us. We had a little trouble with network today, but no problem. This is part and parcel of digital world. We are going to be live again tomorrow on YouTube and Facebook, 7 p.m. Please join us there with two different teams and same jury and same competition. It is going to be on neck to neck. So thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. Bye bye.